I got a couple other callers on hold. One of them's been there for a while. I want to make sure we take Justin. Pronouns are he, him. Wants to know about resources for skepticism. So welcome, Justin.
Oh, hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What kind of resources are you looking at?
I'm looking to... So I looked up in numeracy, and I'm about halfway through, and it's awesome. I really appreciate you sharing that with your previous programs.
Awesome. I'm glad you're liking it.
But I'm looking for... Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's like getting me... Because I'm an engineer, so I'm like looking at things from mathematics anyways, but this is clearing up a lot of that. And you don't need a mathematics background.
Aron, do you have favorite resources that you could point to that are about teaching skepticism or helping people learn to be more skeptical?
Man, I wish I could offer one. I know that they were teaching logic in University of Texas at Dallas, and it wasn't part of my degree program. I couldn't get in that class. I would have loved to, because it just seemed like the simplest thing. There was a girl that was in the tutorial lab. She was asking questions about logic, and I was dumbfounded at the type of questions she was having problems with. Things like, all ducks are birds, but not all birds are ducks. And it bewilders me that somebody needs to be taught how to understand that.
Yeah, and I noticed that a lot of the people that host these shows have really good logical skills, and I envy that. That's why I want to get more into logic, and that was one thing I was going to bring up.
I have to say, I feel for you, because I mean, I know that I have a weakness in philosophy. I would love to study philosophy. I had Matt send me a book that I've never had time to read.
I sent him this book. I sent him this book because I got one for me as well, so that if he had questions, I'd be able to say, okay, here's the thing. It's right there.
I just got too busy to do it, but I am interested in doing that.
There's
because I don't like having weakness.
Yeah.
A couple of things, Justin. I put out a video on my atheist debates. I put out a video on my atheist debates channel a couple of months ago about what to read, and so some of them there with regard to skepticism as well. Various books by Carl Sagan, Demon Haunted World, Science is a Candle in the Dark, The Variety is a Scientific Experience. I would recommend, maybe going through issues of Skeptic Magazine. You can get to a bunch of different websites that go through skepticism. Without teaching skepticism specifically, one of my favorite books on the God question from an actual physicist is Victor Stinger's God the Failed Hypothesis. Now, it will go through in a fairly straightforward fashion how we should all look at scientific claims, because if someone were to hypothesize that some God exists, that hypothesis has consistently failed to demonstrate that it is true, that it is reliable, that it should be accepted, that it should go beyond being a hypothesis and maybe become the theory that God exists. It has failed every single time. And there's a famous quote from Sagan, which is extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I did a video recently where I pointed out that that's both right and wrong. But the truth is that there's no such thing as extraordinary claims or extraordinary evidence. What we're saying is there are some claims that are already consistent with the facts of reality, and so they have mountains of evidence supporting them already, so that when the claim is presented, they seem mundane. Hey, I just got a new puppy last night. Well, I know that puppies exist. I know that people get them as pets and all this other stuff. And so when somebody tells me they just got a new puppy last night, we say that claim is not extraordinary, but what we mean is it is a mundane claim in the sense that there's already a mountain of evidence about reality that we all accept. I'm sure somebody will. Don't email me if you don't accept the reality of puppies. I don't need to hear it. But by and large, that's the case. And when somebody says, hey, I just won the lottery last night. Okay, well, that's a slightly more extraordinary claim in the sense that it doesn't have as much evidence backing it up in the specifics of it. And you can keep going and going and going until you get to, hey, I believe that there's an intelligent agent being that lives outside of space and time, that created everything, cares who I sleeps with, and will answer prayers when he feels like it. Well, okay, that's not consistent with the facts of reality. And so that's where we say there's an extraordinary claim that does not currently have extraordinary evidence for it. And the truth is, that is a claim that does not have ordinary evidence for it. It's not like there's something special about a type or quantity of evidence. It's that,
Don't forget your manufacturer's defect because you were recalled for your penis.
Yes.
It has a foreskin that has to be removed.
Yep. So, yeah, that's the other book I'd recommend, but also the video, Justin, on my Atheist Debates channel. I go through books, both fiction and nonfiction, and some about skepticism. But yeah, Skeptic Magazine, various websites, learning logical fallacies, and the importance of those. I think that's a really good start, learning syllogisms and fallacies.
Awesome. That's what I'm looking for.
I apologize, Matt. I thought that would be a funny interjection, but I guess it was just poorly timed.
No, it was fine. I'm having internal health issues that are making me easily distracted at the moment. So,
okay.
But anyway, did that answer your question, Justin?
Yeah, that answered everything.
Sweet. You want to hang up on us, or you want us to hang up on you?
I'm hoping that you can hang up on me like in the most brutal manner.
I just did. I think it's really brutal that you barely got to finish your sentence. I was so eager to hang up on you. So, yeah.